Hello, Rip Rubin. How are you doing today? How's everybody doing today? Hello. It is early Saturday for me. I'm not usually up at this time, but I've had a long weekend. I took off yesterday just to have like a short little vacation. That's the idea, anyhow. I spent it doing a whole lot of nothing so far. I had meant to do a bunch of streaming, but that didn't happen. I'm really good. I'm really good at streaming a bunch and then taking long breaks. I need to stop that. I need to just kind of chill and stream more, yeah? Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. It's 11 a.m. and you plan to be up at 7:30 a.m.? Do you mean 11 p.m.? Oh, no, I see what you mean. It's 11 a.m. right now, and you planned to be up at 7:30. I gotcha. I understand. Yeah, I mean, I usually try to wake up around 7 o'clock, and today I woke up closer to 9:30. So, I get it. I understand. I've been there, and I've done that. So what are we doing today? Well, I figured it's about time we pull the Band-Aid off. And when I say pull the Band-Aid off, I mean do that one Caesar 3 mission that I really don't want to do. I have been dreading this mission. I am not a fan of this mission. I've done this mission before by myself. I've never streamed it. I need a coin flip, just in case I do finish this mission today. There we go, we'll bring that up. Just in case I need it. I probably will. There we go. So, the last time I played Caesar 3, I mentioned how much I was dreading this, this mission. So, let's pause it for a second while I explain once again. So, the way this mission works, there's no good emotes. Yeah, I don't have any good emotes. I don't have any emotes right now. I'm not a affiliate yet. So, I just kind of get thrown into this mission. All of the buildings here are buildings that the mission starts with. I immediately get attacked by natives because, you know, whoever had this city last was really bad at his job. And you're just kind of expected to deal with it and fix it. It's also a hot environment, which means things are always catching on fire. It's a dangerous area, which means you're constantly getting invaded. I believe you get invaded by pretty much every single angle on this map, which is absolutely terrible. And all the meantime, we have to do our objectives here. We have to get 6,000 people, which is not a small amount, and then a whole bunch of favor, culture, prosperity, and peace. So yeah, we can listen to this. We can get a refresher for what this mission is about.
The Carthaginians were not gracious after Hannibal's defeat ended the Punic War. As much as it pained us, we had to raise their city and bring its residents to Rome.
So we burnt down Carthage. We're building our own with Romans and natives. And turns out the Carthaginians don't like that. Did you hear Carthage? Yeah. The Punic War has ended. Hannibal has failed. And now we're going to Romanize the whole area, and they are not happy.
To resist Rome's rule, and the province is severely unsettled. The Carthaginians remain fierce fighters, and they have not been idle while we
You loved learning about the Punic Wars. I'm assuming I'm assuming you mean the Punic Wars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the I'm pretty sure the Pubic Wars would be something completely different.
Take over this city.
But yeah, I remember doing projects in school. I had like a threefold cardboard display with like the route autocorrect. Interesting. And it had like the route that Hannibal took in his invasion. Yeah, I remember doing a big project on that.
That he fell entirely out of my favor. Those ratings are reasonable, and they remain important to me. I have not relaxed them. Carthago is a large province. Low fertility. Natives control what little farmland exists.
Okay, I'm gonna take over announcer guy because you're reading too slowly. So we have to basically befriend the natives by building a missionary, which can teach them how to be more Roman, and eventually they'll trade us for finished goods, and we have to be cool and awesome, unlike our predecessor. So that's where we're at, and I need to adjust my setup here. I don't really have a proper setup for this game anymore. Oh good, we got a blessing from Sirius. That's always great. Alright, so first things first, we need to reestablish our water connection. We need to get that set up. That gets water back over to these houses so that they can, once again, start growing. Now, I believe I already built mission posts here. So, this native area here should be safe to build on. Make them more Roman against their will? Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's gonna happen too. This area over here, we are still not allowed to build on yet. But, yeah, so everything's burning down, everything's horrible, everything's awful. It's great, I love it. This is my favorite mission in the game. It's wonderful. What was this? Nowhere. This is the ruins of the building named above. Nowhere, okay. Alright, fair enough, Gabe. Here, let's put a prefecture and an engineer's post there. Classic Rome. Yeah. So we have a fishing wharf that was destroyed here. These buildings are collapsing, I assume just because they don't have an engineer? Or would it be? Right here. But we just built an engineer, so that should solve itself. That was their market. Okay. I don't really know why I'm trying to fix the town and not just, like, build my own. This is another nowhere dock. Okay. I assume that was probably... Oh, no. It's been too long. I don't remember where anything is. Ooh. Alright, well. We've had storms because all of our gods are probably angry. That's not too surprising, I guess. Here, we are going to need a shipyard anyway to build ships. There we go. And we'll also plop a prefecture there as well. So, we're short workers. That's not surprising. We just have these, like, tiny little crappy houses down here. So, what gods are unhappy? Mars and Neptune. Okay. So, let's go ahead and build a Mars temple. Somewhere. Excuse me. I wanted to build a temple there. There we go. And a Neptune temple. Let's see, we'll put it, I don't know, here, I guess. There's no real rhyme to reason to this little cluster of housing. It's just, we need it so that our people can have a starting population. All right, I think it would be best if we just kind of built our own cluster of housing. Now that we've kind of cleaned everything up, maybe we should have done this to start with. I don't know. But we're gonna do a line of housing here. And then probably a line of housing there as well. And we're gonna want to get them water. There we go. Some locals have decided to air various grievances they have long held against me. Mars is upset. I don't have an army game. Wait, hold on. Settle down now. Okay, well, we do have a barracks. Okay, let's build a couple javelins. We're gonna kind of just plop them down here. This is not going to be in time to deal with these guys, though, so I don't really have an answer to this. Maybe we can, I don't know, maybe try to build some walls. Walls are so expensive. What if we just built, like, a tower? Could that work? Maybe. Like, if we could get it populated quickly enough, and they can get a guard to it, that may help protect. But I don't think that's gonna happen in time. Now, these prefects should fight. Oh, I'm so glad I built that tower. Yeah, these prefects should fight the natives. The problem is that I don't think they can actually win in a fight. I mean, this will be a great example. Oh, our tower is up. That's good. But they're not anywhere near the tower anymore. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Too close to enemy troops. Okay, let's build... I don't know. Too close to... Stop it! Stop being too close to enemy troops! Alright, we have 2 javelins. Can we get them in to help? Maybe. Have I ever mentioned how much I hate this mission? Have I mentioned that yet? I'd love to mention that again. They are completely ignoring my javelin. But I don't want to get them, like, super close because they're not good in melee. Oh, come on. And they're so fast! Come back! Alright, well, apparently we'll just body block. Oh my gosh. Please. Game. Well, there goes half my city. Yeah. I think that probably goes the whole city. Now these guys are too scared to do anything. All right. Well, we have 3 more guys down here. Let's see what we can do. We've somehow managed to lure them away from the city. Shoot javelins. Thank you. Is that all of them? Are we good? We are not good. Oh no, that's just the fire. That's just my city burning down. Okay, we're good. Okay, where's the mission post? Let's just start rebuilding a little at a time. There we go. We need to get our granary back up. I should probably just restart, but I'm not going to just restart. That's lame. It's lame to have a setback like that and just restart. If we lose, that's fine. It's whatever. But I'm not just gonna be like, oh, man, we're just gonna restart. I don't know what was in here. I'm just going to I'm just gonna make it oil for now. Because I know we have an oil workshop. It's just not in a good place right now. I think a smarter way to go about this is just to, like, completely abandon this section of the city and just build your own city. The problem is that I'm extremely stubborn. And if I build my own city, it's just going to be a block of housing again. So, well, there's technically not a problem with a block of housing. I find it a little bit more interesting to just, like, try to work with the tools that we're given. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my thoughts on the matter. There we go. So we have water back to here. We have a market here. We have food coming back in. We have people coming in. Okay. I think if you ignore the fact that there's enemies approaching the city, which I heard, like, the sound, like the trill of a distant battle while that was happening. I just didn't get a chance to address it. So, like, if we hop on here, we'll see there's an enemy army here coming towards our city. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. If only the game started you with an army? Nah, that would be too difficult. Or too easy. No, Caesar 3 isn't Pharaoh. It doesn't pull its punches. I say as half of my city just burst into flames. Alright, well, we're gonna go into debt. We just kind of have to accept that. We're still going to have collapsing building problems. My infrastructure is not the best. I will readily admit that. Here, let's build a second prefecture and an engineer's post there. And a market. There we go. We do definitely want as many wars as we can get, though. I have a feeling that fish is going to be really important in this mission. I mean, it is, obviously. That's what the game already has told me. That there's not a lot of, like, farmland around here. The only farmland we have is down here. And up here in this area. Which is why, sensibly so, I should probably just knock this part of the city down. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. Looks like these guys need water. Is there any way I can get all of this? No. That should work fine. Desirability is going to be a bear in this area. I just kind of have to learn to live with it. Same with over here. And we're just going to have to settle for the fact that we're going to go into debt here. We'll still get the emergency money from Caesar, which is good. But we're probably not going to get that much more. Let's see. I also need... How do I want to do this? I mean, I guess I could just do something like this. We'll put 3 temples there and then like 2 down here, maybe? That gets the religion access over here. Let's also cut off these roads so that my people just aren't randomly wandering off into the desert. I think that'll be good. It's a good start. We're getting people in. We were short on people. Are we still short on people? No, we have unemployment. That's good. That's good that we have unemployment. Apparently our shipyard burned down or collapsed. So let's just do that real quick. I'm not even going to bother trying to level up this house. This house is a lost cause.
You got through those funds quickly. Try to make these new funds last longer.
All right, so we have $6,000 to work with. We have to set up a thriving economy with $6,000. So we can export oil. We really don't need oil right now. I don't know why we have wine exports set when we don't produce any wine, but whatever. Video game be video gaming. Let's see what we're working with here. So you buy marble. You buy meat and fruit. That's completely worthless. Wine and oil. Marble. Can I produce marble? Okay. That's good info to have. Now, how can I take advantage of that? Let's open up the trade route for marble. Is it a land trade route? Yes. All right. I think we just make like a simple little like outpost settlement over here. You know, we build a bunch of marble quarries. Like that. We put a little bit of slum housing here. We'll put it, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. There, I guess. We'll put a warehouse here for the marble. There we go. And then we'll export marble. Sounds like a good idea. Do people start acting a fool when employment is high, like in Pharaoh? Yes. When unemployment is high, you get angry people. There's a lot of parallels between Caesar 3 and at least the original Pharaoh. I believe that they're built on the same engine, but don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. But a lot of the buildings, a lot of the things and whatnot are just like palette swaps for thematic purposes. I'm not trying to downplay either game at all. I mean, they're all very good games. But yeah, they're very similar games. You grew up on the original Pharaoh, but you never played this. I think Caesar 3 came out first, and then Pharaoh was released after. I could be wrong about that. I don't actually know, like, the time frames. Pharaoh is definitely more polished than Caesar 3. I believe that very much so. But Caesar 3 is a much harder game. the requirements, the invasions are all kind of tuned up a little bit. All right, so we're building a granary here, or we built a granary here. The reason why I want a granary here is to collect all of this fish so that our fishing ships are not wasting time. That will help with efficiency a little bit. It'll also get food up to this area, which is also very important. Let's see, so these areas are working. Fires are going to be a problem. Yeah, there's some interesting things that some of the comments you made in Pharaoh series. Yeah. There's some interesting things that Caesar 3 plays with that doesn't really make an appearance in Pharaoh. For example, different climates have different problems, unlike in Pharaoh, where it just kind of dictates the availability of water. In Caesar 3, like an arid climate like this one that we're in, fires happen about twice as often. The risk of fire increases much more fast. And there's also other things, like each mission is set up sort of independent of one another. And it's something that I mentioned early in this series playing it. But like in Pharaoh, when you have a city, it pretty much always like produces, buys, and sells the same kinds of things like across every mission. Like Mennefer, for example, almost always has the same resources to offer. But in this mission, like what resource each city provides is really tailored to the mission rather than like any kind of like, I don't want to say historical context because I don't know how historical the trade resources are in Pharaoh, but like it's a little bit more, I don't know, puzzly, I guess you could call it. Yeah, these fires are really bad. Am I really gonna build another prefect over here? Yeah, apparently I have to. Okay. Well, we can definitely put one in here. I definitely want to export. Yeah, we'll export all the marble that we get. It's gonna take some time, but I'm pretty sure we're definitely producing more marble here than 15 a year, so we're gonna have a surplus of marble. So there's a few more things I have to worry about here. I definitely need to put in a school. I need to start producing pottery for my houses. I'm sure there's other things that come to mind eventually, once we get to it. This is a great this is a great day to be back to Caesar 3. It's a great start since I haven't played Caesar 3 in a couple of months at this point. Mostly because I've been procrastinating on doing this mission, I'm not gonna lie. Desirability is just gonna be a problem over here. Yep. That's it's just the way it's gonna be. When we get a bunch of money, we can kind of fix desirability over here by paving over all the roads. That's not something that I'm really interested in spending a lot of money on right now. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh no! I have to import clay. Clay or pottery? It's probably going to be clay and pottery, if I had to guess. Alright. Alright, let's expand our area over here a little bit. We'll go ahead and we'll put a warehouse here. Accept clay and pottery. We'll probably change that over at some point to just clay. And then we'll pop down some potters here. Yeah, I know. I need to import clay. Okay. So that'll just import clay. I don't designate how much I import. It's just I have to accept whatever the game gives me. It's a little painful, but it's okay. I don't know if I want to tax these people yet. But I do want to plaza this up. It's a little pricey, but it should help the desirability in this area. Although it's pretty bad. I'm still struggling to get food into these people. That's just gonna be something that accumulates over time, I think. I'm probably also going to have to produce more fish. How do we want to do that? There's a bunch of straight land over here that I could put wharves at. But it may be easier. Well, maybe not. I was hoping I could, like, build a bridge over to this island. Maybe take advantage of this straight land and this straight land. It's not going to be quite as easy as I had hoped. I'd have to get rid of this wharf. Okay, let's get rid of this wharf. We'll rebuild it down here. This may be a stupid idea, but we're gonna try it. I don't think there's anywhere on this area that we can build. I guess there's one spot there, but I'd almost rather make that a path over onto this island. Yeah. This is a big financial investment for this part of the game, but I think it's important. I think it's important to make sure I have enough food. Okay, I'm gonna build that there just so I have like an idea of where that needs to go. Yeah. There we go. I can't actually build. Yeah, I can't actually build there. That sucks. All right. Funny enough, this looks like a dead end too. Can I build like here? I can. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So we'll build 2 wharves there. Go ahead and connect all of this together. We need some houses. We need prefects. We need engineers posts. We may even need more prefects. Fires are really bad on this map, as I've mentioned. I don't know if building a low bridge here is a good idea. So I built a high bridge here so that ships can pass underneath it, but ships can't pass underneath this one. but it's much cheaper to build that. Enemies at the door. An enemy army is at this very moment marching directly towards your city. They've ransacked some villages and are expected to attack within the year. Great. That's great. I'm glad that's going to happen. Alright, what do you want? Too little entertainment. That's fair. Let's go ahead and put a theater in. That should help entertainment. So I have no idea from which way these enemy armies are going to spawn in from. I'm just gonna build another unit of javelins and hope that it's enough. Oh, hey. Here's the John the Pain, native trader. So the game mentions that, I'm gonna leave it paused here for a second, just so I can explain this. The game mentions that, like, if the natives like you, that they'll send a trader to your warehouses to buy your goods. You don't actually have any control over what goods they buy, though. So it looks like this guy's gonna grab this oil. Yeah. And then he's going to take it home. So it's kind of nice to see one of those in action. We can follow it back to wherever it's going. I guess it's going the whole way down here, which is kind of funny because these natives are not friendly. But whatever. It's tied to this building somehow, this meeting hut. If we follow this trader, and I'm not going to follow it the whole way down, I'm pretty sure it will end at the meeting hut. These guys up here should have a meeting hut too. Yeah, right here. It's just a weird little thing. The natives is a function that is weird. It's weird to me. It's alien, and there's probably a reason why it doesn't exist in like future Pharaoh or Caesar games, because it's really jank. All right, so all of these houses are actually pretty good. They can't evolve because they don't have access to a bathhouse, which kind of sucks because I don't know where I'm going to put one. I guess we can put one here. Oh, we can't put one here. That's right. I need water. So it has to be close to a reservoir. I guess something like that works. I'm a little bit worried about getting bathhouse access the whole way down here. Toasty Tana, welcome to the party. Long time no see. You ever played Children of the Nile? There's also a native system although it works a little differently. That's probably for the best that it works a little differently, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, 24 months to get 10 oil. That's, well, I mean, I guess. I guess we could try to do that. We're probably going to need a couple more oil workshops. We should probably actually build a couple more oil workshops. Yeah, we want like at least 2 for each farm. They're pretty close together, so that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I don't know about Children of the Nile. I've definitely seen the game. I'm pretty sure it's on my Steam wish list. I kind of completely forgot about it when they announced the remaster of Pharaoh. So maybe it's something I'll have to look into again at some point. I definitely know that, like, this probably isn't going to be my last city builder. Like, I'm trying to take breaks in between, although I guess in this case I kind of took a break in the middle of it. But, I don't know. I like the city builder genre. It's a lot of fun. It's satisfying. Plop a amphitheater here, maybe? I don't know about that one, Chief. I guess that works. What else are we going to put there? I don't know. You can build a gladiator school. Basically, you have to lure the natives into your city to become farmers, which are the lower class of citizens. But there's a limited amount of natives, so once you've recruited them all, you can only rely on births to increase your population. Interesting. I mean, it's probably worth me looking into at some point. I don't know if it's going to be high on my priority list. I already have Nebuchadnezzar. Like, I've purchased Nebuchadnezzar. That might be my next one. Children of the Nile is very slow paced, and it can be a little frustrating sometimes. I mean, I did spend like 6 hours building a pyramid in Pharaoh. That was a thing that occurred. I have unemployment problems. 10%, 13%. Let's see, what do you guys need? Too little entertainment. I'll pop a theater over here, I guess. Yeah, that's why you think it would suit me? It's a fair point. I mean, I also played Banished. Banished is a very slow-paced game. What was the other game that I played that was a nice little city builder? Oh no, Rise to Ruin. I did a little bit of Rise to Ruin, which is like a cute little like pixelated city builder game. That one was a lot of fun. Maybe I should go back to that one at some point. I never did complete that one. There's a lot. Like as much as people like to say that like the golden era of city builders is kind of over, I think it's just evolved. I think it's just changed with time. And honestly, that's probably the way it should be. In order to get like a more appealing fan base, especially as people change over time. I remember King's Quest. Mask of Eternity. So, back in the 90s, there was a point-and-click adventure game called King's Quest. And it was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was also really frustrating and annoying and irritating, but it had a nice story. However, at the turn of the decade, around like the 2000s, there was a shift in the gaming market, right? People didn't really like point-and-click adventure games anymore. So they tried to change the formula. Rise to Ruin was on your wish list forever, bought it on deep sale last year, refunded it almost immediately, didn't like it at all. I guess that's fair. It's definitely a different kind of city builder, but I played it a bit, I enjoy it. But yeah, so King's Quest. So I don't remember when Mask of Eternity came out. Let's look at the date for Mask of Eternity. Mask of Eternity came out in 1998, so it was just before the turn of the decade. And people were looking for more action-packed games. Something exciting, riveting, RPG-ish. So they released Mask of Eternity, and it bombed. It actually spelled the end of the King's Quest series for several decades. But it to me, what it looked like was that they tried to pivot to a different genre, and it didn't work out because the interests, the hardcore fans rebelled. Basically, they did it too early or too late, or who knows. I probably too early. If I had to guess, too early. But it kind of reminds me of that. Like, city builders nowadays, they're not like this. We'll just put it like that. Not quite like this, anyhow. For better or worse, it's hard to say. But yeah, Rise to Ruin, I don't know. I enjoy Rise to Ruin. I just haven't really played it that much. But I could definitely see where somebody wouldn't like the game. It's fair. It's reasonable. These people are still struggling to get food. I wonder if I should... So, like, eventually, this is gonna turn into a block, right? Eventually, I'm gonna probably wrap this around. Maybe I'll do something where, like, I wrap this road around like this and try to make some, like, densely packed housing in here. That could work. I'd still have to get reservoir access over here, though, because I can't build any bathhouses over here. I mean, I guess I could if it was close enough. That could work. And it's definitely not a square. Like, that's one of the big things that I always look at is, like, am I building a city, a square city? Because I don't really want to build constant square cities, even though they're pretty easy to control and run. Let's see, what are you? And of course, I did the same thing in Pharaoh as well. I tried to make my cities look a little bit more natural, with mixed results, I will admit. Alright, so this should solve a lot of my desirability problems. There's still going to be some. I'm gonna get rid of this and put a market, like, here. Hold on. Let's move this temple. Can we get another... Alright. First battle, let's go. Am I prepared? Absolutely not. Am I gonna try my best? Absolutely. That's a lot of guys. I'm a little worried. No, don't get distracted by the zebras. That's a lot of guys. Alright, well... We're gonna try to do, like, a fighting withdrawal. As much as possible. We're gonna lose some guys. That's just the way it's gonna be. Oh, don't run that way. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit problematic. These trees are in the way. Alright. I think we're good. I think they're pulling back. Whew. Just gotta do a little bit of micro there. Oh, no, here comes the elephants. There we go. That was the first attack, by the way. It's gonna get so much worse. It's gonna get so much worse. Okay. So anyway, I want to build another... I could put vines in here. I was going to put food in here because I feel like I need more food. But I'm going to need to build or produce wine eventually for requests, I'm sure. So it may be best if we just produced wine instead. I think that would make sense. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. But we can go with that for now. Okay, you guys need a bathhouse. Put a bathhouse there. And I guess we can also put a bathhouse here. That kind of works. I still don't know why I'm trying to protect this jank mess over here, but, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That's unfortunate. They don't have any food. Okay, these guys... Why aren't you... transporting? Oh, I guess I needed a road there. That makes sense. That's my bad. Well, that should be a decent influx of food right there, then. Nice. So, there's still a whole bunch of flat shoreline I can utilize for fish. Wonder if I can play games. Oh. I don't think that's the kind of game I want to play. I think I want to head this way. Yeah, I think that would work. Although, I may want to make this into a ship bridge just to be safe. Do I want to do that right now, though? I don't think so. Food is definitely going to be a real problem. That's just the way it's gonna be. So, in order to kind of improve the efficiency of this... Let's see. I can bring a road over here. Mostly just to see what I'm working with. I can build a granary here. Specifically for fish. Although, I don't think I actually have to designate it specifically for fish. I think that's just going to be... That's probably just going to be what's gonna go in it. Just due to proximity to all the fish. Then I want you to get fish, and I want you to get fish. It's gonna take some time, it's going to take some effort, but that should get more food into this market, and hopefully help some of these houses upgrade that are struggling here. Food is definitely going to be a real problem, though. It's still a real problem. Food levels are low. We're not producing enough food. The game doesn't tell me how much food I produce, which is fine, because it constantly lied to me in Pharaoh, but that's okay. We're gonna go with that for the moment, as far as food is concerned. We're just gonna see how that works. You have a lot of unemployment, which tells me that we should probably increase our production of something. What's that something going to be? More pottery? Why not? Why not more pottery? I should probably import... Oh, Gonna have to open up a trade route for that. I should probably import iron to produce weapons, yeah? Alright, so how do we want to do this? So, eventually, we're probably going to want to put real housing up here. But for now, let's see. Let's put a dock here. We'll put like a small line of houses. Like that. There we go. Put a couple prefectures. We'll put a engineer's post. There we go. And a warehouse. This isn't intruding on any of my fishing spots, is it? No, I don't think it is. So you are going to grab... I don't even see it there on the list. Do I have to open up the trade route first? Yes. Yes. Okay. We're going to accept iron and weapons. I'm going to import iron. This is going to be a little bit awkward because I can't export weapons. And I don't really think I need a lot of weapons. I just need enough for a couple of legionaries so I don't have to kite the enemy across the map. It's fine. They'll figure it out. And then I need to build a couple weapon workshops. I'll build them down here. I don't quite want these guys to be... Am I actually going to build a well? Oh, there's a fire. Seriously? There's so much fire prevention down here. Why are you burning down? There's a guy right there. So weird. You're not having issues, are you? No? Dude, your roster is full. It's gotta just be because it's at the end of a line. I don't know. It's weird. Just like, anyway, back to the wonders that is me actually using a well for its intended purpose. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about that? It's an actual well. That's a novel concept. You don't see me do that very often. Yeah, I knew you were going to ask for wine eventually, Caesar. We'll stockpile that then. There we go. So eventually I'm going to upgrade this area to be like a whole big kids area. But for now, it's just gonna be like a little outpost up here. Let's see, prefecture. Engineer's post. There we go. Hence the well. Speaking of, are there any wells in here that I can get rid of? There's that one, but I don't think I can actually get rid of that one without How far does this fountain reach? I'd have to get rid of... Oh no, that's absolutely fine. That's an extra well. Because this fountain should cover all of these houses except for these ones down here. Which, who the heck cares about these ones, right? There we go. Yeah, that should work fine. One of the first fire brigades was created in ancient Rome. It was a private brigade that would show up at a burning building and would offer to extinguish the fire in exchange for the owner to sign away the building at a fraction of its price. Or they would just let it burn down, leaving the owner with nothing. It sounds about right. Sounds perfectly reasonable. Alright, so we have weapons going. We have coal. Or, that's coal. We have iron. Our city funds are actually looking okay. So, I'm kind of somewhat satisfied. Food is a problem. Food's always going to be a problem, methinks. Here, let's go ahead and build this road here. Wait. Ah. So it has to be here. Well, whose smart idea was that? So if we do that, we can bring a road up this way. The gods are probably getting a little bit annoyed. Because they always get annoyed in this game. It's just the way it is. So go ahead and we'll do that. And then we'll do a line of small temples right here. There we go. Excellent. Enemies closing. Down with Caesar, he's a dictator. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Let me just clear out these messages. That was the entire point of the Roman Empire. We are in the Roman Empire. We're not in the Roman Republic, so it makes sense. How's it going today, Taylor? Did you enjoy your vacation? I don't think I've actually asked you that yet. And by your vacation, I mean like your vacation for, you haven't gone yet? Oh. Oh, my bad. I promise I keep up. 3 days? Ah. Fair enough. I'm technically on vacation now, but it's more of like a 3-day weekend, or a 4-day weekend, than a real vacation. Okay, so this market should help get food to this end. I'm probably going to eventually need to put a market, like, here-ish as well. You need a vacation too. Never be afraid to take a vacation. Especially if you have, like, hours provided by the company to take a vacation. Which, I don't know how they do it over there. I don't know. Even like a staycation could be pretty nice. Been working almost 16-hour days in the last 2 days. Just did another 6 hours today just because of a project blew up and needed fixed before the vacation. That sucks. I get it though. I worked long hours at the last company that I worked with, and I never took a break. And when I did try to take a break, something happened that made me feel like I couldn't take a break. It was a complicated mess. I no longer work for that company anymore, so it's not a big deal. Around 5 weeks, yeah. So I have... Let's see. I get about 15 days a year personal time, PTO. Maybe it's more. No, I think it's 15 days. But the way that my schedule works... So my work week doesn't start on Sunday or Monday. It starts on Friday. But that's beyond the point. It causes the jankiness that I'm about to explain, but it doesn't really have that much relevance. So what ends up happening is, like, I have 1 week, Monday through Sunday, where I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I have 3 days, a day off on Thursday, then 3 more days. Now, technically, the second 3 days is on the following week, right? So the following week, I'm off Monday, Tuesday. I work Wednesday. I'm off Thursday. I work Friday, and I'm off Saturday and Sunday. So what that turns into is I can only take 2 days off in a week period, and I can get that whole week off. It's not intended, but it's really nice. That sounds way too complicated. You should make this your job instead. I just don't think it's going to happen. I jump around to games, too many different games. I would have to see a lot of movement one way or another. Boo. I would have to see a lot of movement one way or another for me to have any amount of faith that would work. And I'm not seeing that movement right now, anyhow. Now, that could change at any time. Anything's possible. The first half of this year was really interesting for me. We'll just say it like that. But I do agree with you. Like, it is very complicated. It's obnoxious. The 1 week where I work 6 days is awful. It's absolutely horrible. But the other week where I only work 2 days is really nice. Alright, I've already reserved 2 weeks for Christmas, New Year's, 2 weeks already around Easter, so technically I have 1 week left. But since I usually plan my days off around holidays, I have a little more days left. See, I work in a job where I cannot take time off for holidays. I'm expected to work at least 4 hours on holidays. But that's just the way my company works. And a lot of companies work in my line of service. Being a variety streamer isn't undoable. You are correct, but I believe that would require a lot more of a time commitment than I can currently provide. So it's one of those, like, damned if you do and damned if you don't kind of things. If I quit my job, if I streamed, that's the point of holidays, is not having to work. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I work for a company whose stores are open 24/7. It's a convenience store. The entire point of it is a convenience store chain, I should say. The entire point of it is that it's the only place open during holidays. And Marie's waiting for my streams to blow up. I hope so. I think it would be nice, but I can't really run on hope. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I am a tiny fish in a big pond. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's probably not going to happen for a couple of years. It may not even happen in 5 years. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. I think Project Silverfish brought a lot of fresh eyes on the channel, which is interesting. But like any game, I don't want to be playing the same game forever. I like playing a variety. I like playing games that I enjoy. So that's more important to me than just getting popular, is to do things that I enjoy. F it, just quit. We'll just do this. Working is overrated. Yeah, but working pays the bills. This does not pay the bills. Like, I appreciate the thought. Don't make me think, or don't let me make you think that I'm just like, no, it's never gonna work. It's awful. I'm never gonna make any money off of this. I don't want to be one of those guys who moans around that I don't make any money. I actually make pretty good money right now with the job that I have. But, you know, I don't. I'm just joking. That's fair. I get it. I understand. I would love to just stay at home and stream all the time too, but unfortunately the real world costs money and you need money to live. And until we enter the era of the future where all of our jobs are taken up by robots and all we have to do is sit around and entertain ourselves, I don't see that happening anytime soon. The key is 1, consistency, and 2, make friends with other streamers. Raid them regularly, enough that they raid you in return, slowly building up your viewership. You're correct, Tana. And I definitely think that raiding other streamers is something that I've been a little bit lax on doing. Now, I have a fairly regular viewership at this point. It usually hovers around 9 to 12. Now, that's a fair amount for streaming. Like, it really is. I can't explain to you how lucky I am just to have, you know, the 9, 10 people that I have. Because the vast majority of people who stream, they don't even see double digits. They may not even see single digits. But yeah, raiding people and also turning on raids on me, which is something that I turned off as an option, like the first day that I streamed. It's definitely going to help kind of connect communities together. While I've been talking about this, my unemployment has been blowing out of control. I should probably do something about that. Oh, these houses are actually coming together pretty well. Okay. Yeah, so we need to work on our unemployment before things go horribly wrong. So, one thing that we need... Yeah, guys, remember when we were playing a video game? We need timber. We need timber to produce furniture. We can't exactly sell the furniture, though, so we literally are just doing it to get furniture for housing. I think we're going to do that down here. So this is a land route, yeah? Timber, yep. So let's go ahead, we'll build... There we go. We'll go ahead and we'll build... Hello, SGA Peace, how are you doing? Or maybe I should call you S-Gapeace, like I did SGA Umbra the other day. Kiyomi, I'm gonna be doing another Kaiomet stream at some point, I promise. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I have so many games that I'm playing right now that I need to finish up some of them before I do like a Kaiomet and chill stream. I got the game on Twitch as a category. I need to use it, so, you know, it is what it is. All right, so we're importing wood to get furniture. There we go. And we can't sell the furniture, so we're just gonna have to deal with that as time comes. We can also actually build legionaries now. I think... So here's the thing. Legionaries are super slow. And if I recall correctly, you get attacked at pretty much every angle in this game, in this mission. So I might actually build legionaries, like, close-ish to the edge of the map. That way they don't have to wander so far. Like, I'm probably okay building one over here-ish. like there. And then I'd also want to build one, like, down here, I guess. I'm not worried about the auxiliaries. They're super fast, so they can kind of run around the map all they want. I am worried about putting legionaries down here, and then the enemy attacking over here. Or up here. This would still be a problem. But I could build another legionary up here at some point. Not sure when. Not sure when. All right, the food is just rolling in. The wood is rolling in. What do you need? More education? Let's see, there's a school here. You don't have access to clean water. Just get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. All right, we're finally starting to clean up this area up here a little bit. A little bit. There's still some areas that are struggling, but it's looking a lot better than it was, we'll say that. Do I really want to just put a marketplace here for this one tent? That seems a bit silly. Let's just get rid of that. What about you? No food. Okay. And you guys are struggling with entertainment. That makes sense. I don't have any theaters over here. We'll just plop one there, I guess. And you don't have education. The problem is I don't know if I want to get rid of this tower. Or just put the school right next to the tower. The children can, like, go to their classroom and they can look out and they'll just see, like, this brick wall with a ballista on top. It'll be great. Although, I could build a couple more towers like that. Again, this is a little bit speculative because it's been a long time since I played this mission. But I seem to vividly recall that, like, the enemies attack from every single direction here. So, having a couple of backup walls, or backup towers, just kind of plopped around, it may not be a bad idea. I used to do this in Pharaoh a lot, too, back, in the classic Pharaoh game, before they had, whatever the abomination of the combat system in the remake was, which I know we've discussed profusely. I keep trying to find places to build walls, and I just can't... I can't find a good place to build a wall. This area is so open. Like, I guess I could theoretically build a wall across here, but... is this the path the enemy comes from? I don't actually know. Nor do I want to know. How is the weather in the country of lakes and maples? It's actually quite cool today. It's pretty nice out today. Improve the desirability? We can do that. There we go. Alright, so we have our first little bit of furniture. That's probably going to get gobbled up pretty quickly. Yeah. And then these guys need access to a library. We can put a library on this corner. We can also put one... well, it's a little bit harder up here. But eventually we're going to bring this around. So we might as well do that now. And we can plop a library here. Just put I need to do that. Okay. Alright, this is all looking fine and dandy. How do we look as far as our requirements go? Culture is great. Prosperity is almost there. Peace will slowly tick up over time. So really, it's just the population, and we're not even halfway there. So even though our culture is good, this number will plummet when we start like actually trying to farm out people. Farm out people. That's not quite... It's not quite what I had in mind for a statement I was going to make today, but that's okay. And then the food situation is also going to get really bad when we start trying to get people. Keep in mind, we have all this infrastructure, and we're just barely feeding 3,000 people. I say 3,000 people because I think we have enough food to get to 3,000. We still need a lot of food production. Which is why we have this area down here with the natives. Okay. Well, we were going to have to do this eventually anyway. Figure out what to do with these natives. Let's take a look at our native overlay. So it goes out to about those trees there. So we put a road out. We can put a mission post there. Yeah. We can put a mission post here. Along with a couple prefectures and an engineer's post. Does this actually not need people? Well, we'll leave you for a bit. Look like I could survive for longer than 5 minutes in netkill. I am terrible at netkill. I am absolutely terrible. Apparently this doesn't need people. Am I seeing this right? Does it just pull from the population? It does. Wow. Interesting. No likelihood of catching fire. No risk of collapse. That's actually super interesting. Because, like, this is, like, long before, like, pools of, like the original game, not the original game, the remake of Pharaoh had, like, a worker pool rather than, the system where the guy goes out and wanders the road. That's super interesting. It's also really nice. Extremely convenient. So it's looking like we're going to need another missionary down here. Can we do this without angering the the natives? Yeah. That does actually make life significantly easier. So with that resolved, we can plan out our farmland here. We still have enemies coming in. That's not surprising. Alright. We're just gonna, like, keep that native house on, like, the same line as that. That's fine. Then we're gonna put some housing and a bunch of fire and collapse protection down here. And then, where are we going to connect this with the main road? I have no idea. I guess we could just come off of here. Here's the thing, though. There are no roadblocks in Caesar 3. So, by doing this, these people are just going to occasionally wander off into nowhere. And I think we just have to accept that that's the way that it is. Because we need this food. We need this influx of food. It's really important. And we can also kind of do a little bit more farming here. There's not really a lot of extra space left. Yeah, it's just up here. Alright, so we have enemies here. That kind of sucks. We're gonna be doing fighting withdrawals again, it seems. Hopefully it's not a huge force. But it's gonna take some time for these legionaries to get over here, so... Oh, that's a lot of boys. That's a lot more than last time. I really hope we don't lose this mission at this point. We just got our fingers in the door. Fingers in the door? We just got our foot in the door. Well, there we go. Oh, jeez. Back. We're just going to have to accept that we're going to lose some houses here, or some buildings. It's gonna suck to lose our marble here. Yeah, elephants. That's the Carthaginians. They are terrifying. Alright, you guys, you need to tank this better. Alright, there's a lot of spears being thrown in here now. I think we're gonna be okay. Actually, I know we're gonna be okay, but, yeah, that was a little bit scary. I wasn't sure if our legionaries were going to be able to get over here in time. These skirmishers are just really good at fighting withdrawals. Alright, so actually we didn't take that much damage. I'm shocked. Pleasantly surprised. We did lose our mission post, though, which is unfortunate. If you're interested, I can give you Children of the Nile to try out. I appreciate the offer, but if I choose to play the game, I'll look into it then. I have so many games on my list right now, and the list is ever growing. If I choose to play Children of the Nile, it's probably going to be after Nebuchadnezzar or Emperor, whichever one I choose to play next. Taylor understands the pain of never-ending games. Well, let's see. We had Project Silverfish, which just kind of came out of the woodwork. We're still playing Caesar 3. We're still playing Majesty 2. we're still playing Dynasty Warriors, technically. I had a whole list. Let me see if I can find the old list, although I haven't updated it in a long time. Let's see. Elden Ring is on my list. Dyson Sphere program. I want to play through the Shadow of Mordor series, both of them. We have Europa Universalis 5 coming out at some point. I want to give Yes Your Grace Snowfall a try. Voices of the Void is going to have a big update this year, and that's going to suck up probably 2 months of my time in the late summer, early fall. There's just a lot, and that's not including anything that's like coming up that I don't know about. I know there is some push for me to play Hollow Knight earlier in the year. I picked that up when it was on sale. So many games in so little time. And then, of course, there's also me time. You know, I had to take a little bit of a break for a while from streaming because it was like... I would get home, I would go to sleep, I would wake up, I would stream. And I did that for a while when Project Silverfish, when I first picked up Project Silverfish, and it was exhausting. It's an exhausting game. Let's see. So these guys need a bathhouse. I wonder if I could, like... This is gonna be a little bit weird, but hear me out. Okay, it was actually not that weird. Yes, Tana has so many games that she doesn't even remember how they got there. I mean, when I was younger, I pulled a lot of the Humble Bundles. And every now and then you see a game that you want to play and you pick it up. And then you go to work, you work 10 hours, you go home, you just kind of forget about it. Until you see it in your library months later. Need to improve the desirability. I mean, I could put more plazas down, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I have a pretty full list of games. Early Humble Bundles were amazing, absolutely. I bet if I got on Humble Bundle now, I still probably have games that I just didn't claim because I didn't have an interest in it at the time. I should really stockpile more oil. Maybe bump it up to 8. This should be bumped up to... we can go down to 4. Maybe 4 would be enough for the wine and oil. I don't know, we got a lot of pottery. And we're probably going to have to start moving some of that pottery down this way. Yeah. There we go. So what am I doing with this? Am I really having them traverse the entire length of the map? What would a better way to do it be? Guess I could put a granary here. I mean, I could put a granary here and, like, I don't know, they could just, like, slowly pull it up this way. That might be doable. I don't think I've ever actually tried that before. So, like, I could put a granary here. These are what? Fruit? I can have this accept only fruit. And then I can put a granary, like, here. And hopefully it doesn't burn down. No promises. And I'm going to have this one accept, like, only fruit. But I'm going to have it get fruit. So it's going to go down here. It's going to get this fruit. And then I can also have this one get fruit. And this one get fruit. So it, like, should accumulate here-ish over time. And then these granaries should grab it from here and take it up this way. The markets can also just come down here and grab it from here. So that's the idea behind that. I don't know if it will really work out. If we did something like this. I don't really have a logic to it. I just think that would look cool. A couple more prefectures in engineers posts. And we can kind of split this off. Could do large temples. Yeah, let's do some large temples. Oh, I need more marble. Come on. Come on, game. Give me 2 more cartloads of marbles. 2 cartloads of marble, not 2 loads of marbles. Marbles are different from marble. I don't think I can make a temple out of marbles. I don't think that would work out very well. Come on, they gotta be close. Come on. Come on. This is like watching water boil. Yeah, I bet if I look away, I'll get marble. Oh, we got 1 marble. Why do we look away again? Let's go look at these houses. These houses need pottery. Which is coming slowly. There we go. There's the marble I need. Excellent. Go ahead and we'll even that out a little bit. There we go. I don't really know if this area makes any sense, but it looks kind of nice, so there's that. Eventually these houses will get food. Not visited by a taxman. I don't think anybody's getting visited by a taxman right now. There we go. We'll go ahead and we'll keep 4 units of wine and oil, just to say that we have it. Eventually, these people will start asking for some. And right now, they just need furniture and more entertainment. We could put a Colosseum down here. Oh, look at those houses upgrade. Beautiful. Colosseums are so big. Maybe that would have gone better there. I'm not revamping it now, though. That would be silly. Well, let's think here for a second. Where am I going to build more housing? I'm probably going to build more housing over here. Kind of connect all this in together. So what if we build a Colosseum here? And then we could put a lion house, like, up here. The problem is that... maybe we put the lion house up here instead. That's still not going to give me what I want. I want the lion tamer to walk across this road. Oh, maybe that'll be fine. At least I'll get this line of houses upgraded. Not enough entertainment. It's two little tiny houses here in the middle who can't even upgrade themselves. Oh, look out for the lions, buddy. Oh, well, too late. R.I.P. You know, I'm getting a lot of the Emperor's gratitude, and he's not really providing me anything in return. It's a little bit obnoxious. These other areas over here are also struggling for entertainment. I mean, I could probably build an amphitheater here. It's probably not the worst idea in the world. That way, the gladiators will come down this way, and the actors will come probably this way. Yeah, makes sense. Improve the desirability. Need a supply of wine. Maybe expanding my wine production is going to be next on my list of things to do. Because if my houses are going to start demanding it, then it's going to start being a problem. I'll just kind of plop a couple barbers down here. They'll get there eventually. You guys need education facilities. There's not really a good place to put those, so I guess we could just plop them there. That's a little bit excessive. I don't really think we need 3 schools in this tiny area, but too little entertainment. Alright, game. Alright, game. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever you say. I wonder if it would be worth to wall up down here. I don't know. Feels weird. Especially because they may not ever attack there again. Well, the good news is our fishing is going nuts right now. And actually filling up our granaries except for this one. This does seem to be working a lot better than having the fruit farms go the entire length of the map. Probably not perfect, because it still looks like they're heading to this one occasionally. Yeah, but it's still faster. It's still a little bit more efficient than them going the entire length of the map to here or here. So it's a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Okay, you guys need furniture. That'll happen over time. Same here. You don't have food. Well, it really sounds like a you problem since you're the only person here that doesn't have food. Okay, you're upgrading now. It's a nice little cluster of housing. I like it. So let's start preparing for our next little cluster of housing. We're going to build it like down in here. We played this mission for almost 2 hours now. Just to put that into context. Our peace rating went down. because we took a little bit of damage in that one battle, but everything else is technically where it is except for target population. People do not feel very safe. I get the feeling that that's going to be a problem for a while. You're still lacking food, huh? You're all lacking food. Why do you lack food? There's a market right here. Well, that market lacks food as well. Well, I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually. Now, the one problem with building another cluster of houses down here and bringing it all together is that they're going to be pulling out of this granary too, which is already pulling all of these houses into it. Am I okay with that? I don't know, it's probably fine. I also have to get water over here. That actually... could be a little problematic. So I could just bring the aqueduct over, like this. Problem is that's where I wanted to put my houses. But I guess that's okay. And we can put our houses like this. 2, 4... What if we did something like this instead? And you might be asking yourself, why would you do it like that instead? What's the difference? The difference is I can have more double houses. It's still not perfect, though. Technically, it needs to run, like, along this road. I don't think there's an easy way to make that work, either. Not without, like, reorganizing this entire area, which, in theory, I guess I could do. I mean... how do I want to do this? What am I even trying to accomplish with this? Yeah, that's a very good question. I don't know. Like, what is the point of this? Is it for more population? Is it to bridge the gap? Is it just, you know, just a random cluster of housing? You know what? I'm not really quite sure. I think we're just gonna run with it, though. It's way too much effort for that little cluster of houses. It does have some benefits. Having this reservoir down here, building for the sake of building, I mean, I guess kind of. But having this reservoir down here now means that I can, like, build a huge collection of housing down here. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, that's technically worth it. This is way too big. But whatever, we're gonna roll with it. What do you mean you're doing it there? No, 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 no. Why does the game hate me? Well, I'm glad I put those towers there, but I wish I put like 100 more. Game, please. What is this nonsense? All right, javelins. This is your time to shine, I guess. All right, I need you guys to get in here and help out. I have no idea what's going on. I think we're winning. Yeah, winning. All right, well, one of our units of javelins is not doing too well. What are you guys doing? Why are you up there? Get down here and help out. Am I actually going to get outrun by an elephant? Okay. All right, we won? I think we won. What do I do about this, though? Like, literally a quarter of my city just got cratered. How does my peace look? I mean, apparently people still feel kind of safe. You know what? This just seems like a good time to wipe the slate clean. What were you? A fruit farm? I can rebuild you. There we go. What were you? You were houses. Okay. So I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is we don't have to worry about this area anymore. The bad news is I have no idea what all we lost. The good news is we can now build more farms. We can build a couple olive farms. We can build a couple of vines for wine. Yeah. And we can even build a couple more farms for food. Yeah. So maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Maybe. I think we lost a potter at some point. I don't think we actually lost any of our warehouses, which is good. Our weaponsmiths are there. Our potters are here. Do we even need more potters, though? It looks like we're burning through all of our pottery, or all of our clay as it is. There was a bunch of infrastructure in here. I guess technically we don't need that anymore if the buildings are gone. But we can build a little bit of infrastructure here anyway. You know what? I think that looks way better. I think that looks 100 times better. Let's just you know, let's just make sure that doesn't happen ever again, shall we? There we go. Yeah, let's just gonna do one more. At the very least, it will take them a few minutes to get through that. Oh, man. That is exactly the kind of thing that I was afraid of happening. The desirability down here is bad? Alright. Does that make it better? Kind of. What about now? Are you guys happy now? Kind of. Okay. Alright, so we have all this pottery down here. I don't really know why they're struggling to get pottery. Because we actually have more pottery and more furniture than we really need. Clinic or a hospital. I said it. I said the game doesn't pull its punches. It doesn't care that it's right inside of your main town. It'd happily do that again, too. Just bam, have your city gone. Can you imagine if you, like, built your entire city up here, assuming it'd be safe? I mean, I didn't not build city stuff up here, but I'm very fortunate that I actually built most of my city stuff right in here. But these guys not being able to get pottery, even though it's right here, it's a little frustrating.
I'm off to collect more supplies.
Yeah, you're
I'm off to
collecting
collect
food,
more
though.
supplies.
Like, do I really need to build another market here? Is the problem that they're just constantly on the search for food, that they don't have time to grab pottery? Maybe. This has always been an odd kind of thing with Caesar 3, is that sometimes it's just really hard to get resources to the people who need them. And there's not really any clear indication as to why that's the case. Don't mind this. This is perfectly reasonable. There we go. Peace will rise every year. There are no riots or invasions that damage city property. So I lost 10 points of peace there. Great. The good news is our culture is amazing. Our prosperity is very good. We're halfway to our population requirement. I think we just have to go big with population, which is part of the reason why I'm setting up a big area down here for population. Anyway, where was I? That's right. This is too small. See, are we really going to build something that takes this entire length? Why not, right? Alright. So you cannot see me, but I'm using my finger to sort of... Well, that's obnoxious. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm using my finger to sort of trace out the different ends of the area of influence for the water. That way they're, you know, spread evenly and nicely. Oops. Ooh. Well, that's obnoxious. Alright, so I guess the road's ending... there. There? There. Okay. There we go. Oh, well, Caesar's a little annoyed. That's okay. He's allowed to be. Do I have money I can send? Yeah, I can give 2,000 gold to the city. Of course there's a fire up here now. Why wouldn't there be? That's fine. We can work with that. Put a bath here. And a bath there. Yeah, there we go. Now we're thinking with roads. Hey, remember when I said I wasn't going to build just a big block of housing? Apparently I lied. I guess that's understandable. I guess. I mean, I have 2 prefects right there, but I guess I could build 2 more down here. Why not? Yeah, it's fine. They're all just gonna light on fire. Why not? I may need to give more money to the city. And we'll give the city another 2,000 gold. Okay. So this is gonna bring in a lot of unemployment that I need to soak up somehow. Maybe I could soak it up with prefects. It seems like I'm struggling financially, but I think the only reason I'm struggling financially is because I had to spend a crap ton of money rebuilding from that absolutely awful invasion point. I should probably collect more taxes, though. Go. Yeah, let's plop down a couple of tax collectors, shall we? We could stick one there. We could stick one there. That should do that area just fine. And we can plop one. There, what was this? This was a temple. What temple am I missing? Apparently I'm missing a lot of temples. I'm missing one to Ceres, one to Neptune, and one to Venus. Oh, it was probably in the mess that I just kind of mass destroyed up here. Okay, there's Ceres. There's Neptune. And Venus. There we go. I don't know why you would put a temple to Venus out in the middle of the farming fields, but not my problem. Not my problem at all. There we go. Also plop down a couple of schools. And entertainment. We'll put the theater all the way at the end. Use some long road technique. Kind of, but not really. And once again, we're going to continue overbuilding on prefects, because even though we have all of these prefects, things are still burning down. The Empire's boundaries have changed. Check your Empire map for more details. Oh? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't exactly know where the boundaries were before, but I think they took more of this territory down here. So, like, if you want, like, the Empire, it shows the Empire's boundaries. It's these, like, red flags placed along the map. I'm guessing Rome just conquered somebody. Maybe it was over here. Who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery. Okay. Alright, I think it's about time. I don't know. Everything is just in motion. This house needs a supply of oil. That one needs a supply of furniture. That one needs desirability. I have both of those things. I have both oil and furniture. And wine. We haven't quite gotten to the point where we've gotten, like, super high tier buildings. I could try to make that work. This isn't exactly the mission that I'd want to dabble with getting high tier buildings. I just want to get this mission over and done with. I need to get over here and set up more wharves. Can I get a road through there? Settle down, Caesar. It'll be fine. I promise. Okay, I can get a road through there. I don't quite know why it janked my camera like that, but I didn't like it. Either way, that's fine. Alright, let's just give the rest of my money to the city. Why not? And then I think we have to chill out for a minute. I think we have to relax on the building somewhat, because I think we've been building way too much. So we should have taxes start coming in. 60% of our population is registered for taxes. The other 40 is probably down here. Well, no. It's probably over here, actually. Down here. I didn't exactly carpet my city in tax collectors. I'll probably put one here. Put a couple down here. We can make it work. We can make it work. But I think we're going to work on getting these houses upgraded. We need more entertainment. We'll build an amphitheater down here as well. But potteries... Maybe I should do a fourth potter. Keep that pottery rolling in. Maybe I need to start importing pottery. Gross. That's gross just thinking about it. I'm gonna go get a drink real quick, though. I'll be right back while we're waiting for our money to roll in. Alright, and I am back. We're still struggling to get food down here. Food's going to trickle in slowly. It will happen. It's just gonna take some time. That's okay. Do we have any, like... We don't have any enemy attacks in the works. just yet. Maybe that was the last one. Maybe that was the, like, big, haha, I hope you're ready for this attack. And maybe it'll chill out from now on. I can only hope so. That battle was chaos. I don't really know how you would defend from that attack unless you knew it was coming beforehand. Okay, we actually have plenty of grape and olive production now. So we can probably expand on that a little bit. Build a couple more wine and oil production. Like that. I hate that. It's kind of really obnoxious that the houses grew up that way. Oh well. It's not a big deal, I guess. No clinic or hospital. Okay. You can drop a couple doctors down. There we go. Some of these places are still struggling with pottery. That's just probably going to be a regular problem. If we increase our production of oil and wine, though, we should be able to export more of that. But we are maxing out our marble exports every year. So that doesn't really help. I don't see exporting food as the solution here. We could. Alright, this is going to be scary for a second. But only for a second, I hope. No, this is not a good time. This is not a good time for this. I'm doing something. No, 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 no. Alright, well, apparently we just have a bunch of natives down here rebelling. That's okay. We should be able to handle it with the javelins. Natives aren't really particularly dangerous. There we go. Alright, well, I hope I set up my aqueduct properly, because if I don't, I'm going to go back and, like, half of my city is going to be dead. I think I did. Why are you attacking the zebras? The zebras are not what I need you to attack right now! Alright, I think we're good. There we go. That wasn't so bad. I wonder why that happened. I wonder if that was just a random event that happened, or if there's a reason that happened. Also, there's a distant battle, so we do have another army coming in. Okay. Alright, well, all of my people didn't die from, I was going to say drowning, but that's not the correct response. Not having water. So, I guess we're good there. Ooh. Would actually be better if we brought it down like this. As crazy as that sounds. Was all of that effort worth the 2 extra wharves? Probably not, in retrospect. I was kind of hoping I could get a couple more in there. But whatever, it's still more food, and it's still food that's close to our granaries. Rather than being all the way up here where it takes forever to get the food down. I do feel like we're producing a lot of food. It's just, it gets tied up here because this one can only bring in so much food. And this one's, like, trying to bring in... Well, it should be trying to bring in... Yeah, our carter's returning from delivery. It's trying to bring in both fruit and meat. Which is just barely enough to feed this area. I don't think it's working at all in the grand scheme of things. But hopefully we're getting more food in over on here to come into here so that it's not quite as strained. Now, what we could do... We could put another granary down here. And have it try to get... Excuse me. That is not where I wanted to put that. I wanted to put it there. I can have it try to get fish as well. If I had more imports... Rephrase. If I had more exports, I would feel more comfortable about importing food. But I don't like the idea of importing food, just like I don't like the idea of importing pottery. I do need to plop a forum down over here to get my taxes. And we'll put one there, too. Overall, we have a lot of furniture. That's good. We need more oil, and we need wine. And a second type of food? I just don't see that being a feasible goal in an area where I'm trying to just disperse food everywhere. Could I? I mean, some of these places already have 2 different types of food, so it's very possible that it'll get 2 types of food. But I don't think that's something that I can easily set up. Some areas just want the desirability increased. There's not really a lot of room for that either. I guess I can put a statue over here. Oh, small villa. That's my first high-tier building. This is where the rich people live. This is where the rich people live who don't want to work go. Should be a little bit careful about upgrading that high. I believe it also holds fewer people than this tier below it. So maybe upgrading these houses isn't the best of ideas. It's not like in Pharaoh where every tier above every tier has the same housing capacity. I believe once we get to this point, the Grand Insulae, once you go to a small villa, the occupancy size goes down. And then I think it works itself back up as you tier up these houses. I think that's how that works, but I so rarely get to that point. Still, it's a good sign that we have high-tier housing, finally. I guess. Definitely helps our prosperity rating. Wish we could export furniture. Maybe we could import food. Like, food's not very expensive. Even wheat is very cheap. I mean, we can try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We run out of money? If Caesar gets angry at us? Oh no. Here, we'll start importing wheat. That'll at least guarantee that these houses have enough food, if nothing else. I might be going overboard with these statues a little bit, but it's fine. There we go. It'll also improve the desirability up here, too. Nice. We still need 2,000 people. That's crazy. It's kind of hilarious, but it's also crazy. Where are we gonna put them? I mean, I guess we have all this area down here. How are we going to feed them? That's a very good question. We're struggling to feed the people that we have. I think the bigger problem is going to be how are we going to get them pottery without importing any? And the answer is, we may just have to settle that most of our houses are going to be these small casas. These small casas aren't really detrimental to our prosperity. Funnily, a villa would never be in a city. It's not a house like today, but an entire estate with various farms and production buildings. Many cities by themselves, not owned by one family. A lot of the European cities that have the names ending with ville, or its equivalents, are in fact descendants of those villas. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I believe these villas also get very big. I think as they tier up, they turn into like 4 or 5 tiles wide cities. These are like, I don't know where. I might be thinking of Pharaoh. Oh, here we go. We're only about halfway up the ladder of Caesar buildings. But yeah, no, you're right. Villas were very large, town-like mansions of their own. I think the easiest equivalent to that in gaming would be like, in the second Assassin's Creed, I believe. You basically, like, after the starting events of that game, you end up, like, taking shelter in a large estate. That was very villa-esque, we'll say. Oh. Falling desirability. Oh, they're out of furniture. And a bathhouse? Really? There's one right there. Alright, game. How do I want to do this? I guess I could put another bathhouse up here. Yeah, I mean, they just needed like some way to tier up the houses, and that's a reasonable way to do it, I guess. These guys are still struggling with food. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem for much longer, though, because we will be getting... Yeah. In fact, we are getting wheat. Nice. I'm a little bit nervous with this path over here that we might get immediately invaded. I actually wouldn't be too upset about getting invaded over here because I have a pretty sizable military force there already. Nearby fort? Did I read that right? Yeah, I guess that does make sense. They are pretty close. Governor's house, governor's villa, governor's palace. So we could put a governor's palace in here. I don't really know what benefit that has other than a desirability increase, but, you know. It had vineyards, orchards, pastures, various crops, plus all the associated buildings like bread, cheese, meat, and wine. Yeah. Just a place for rich people to live. They didn't want to live beside the plebeians. That would be disastrous. You don't want the unwashed masses to be close to the wealthy people. Let's see. So we could put a fountain in here. Funnily enough. Could put 2. Like that. They lived in their city palaces, but the revenue came from those villas. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Expand this little cluster of land here slightly. Am I really just going to put a bunch of religious things up here just for this small cluster of houses? I mean, I guess I am. I suppose that's a choice I have made. It's fine. Do I want... We'll see what happens. If we completely fill up this granary with wheat, and then this warehouse starts filling up with wheat, we may see what we can do about diffusing it throughout the city more. Maybe we'll put like a warehouse up here to get the wheat, to get some of the wheat. We'll see. I know how did it work? In Caesar 3, I don't believe the market workers will get the food straight out of the warehouse. Maybe they will if it's imported. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly how that works. I used to know. I used to know not that long ago, but then I took a break from City Builders for a little bit, and now I don't remember anymore. It was the same way in the original Pharaoh. But I don't remember specifics. I'm sure I'll be reminded here shortly. Needs access to a hospital. I could put a hospital in. Pop it right there. Our population is starting to become a problem, though. Our lack of population, that is. Our unemployment's starting to drop. Which means it may be time to build another cluster of houses. I'm just a little bit worried about our food stocks. I know our food stock says that it's good. I'm not sold. I'm not sold that our food stocks are as good as it may first appear. I mean, we have food everywhere, so maybe it is fine, but I also know that our markets are struggling to get food, even in areas where they're right next to a granary. Funny enough, these warehouses down here are probably the least amount of food we have. So I think with our industry food up here now, I think we can safely turn this little plot of farmland down here into more food. If we can do it in such a way that doesn't ruin everything for this missionary. Do something like that, I guess. And we'll put a couple prefectures down here. And an engineer's post and all that good stuff. There we go. Maybe this cluster of houses would be enough. I'm gonna put a cluster of houses there anyway. And for the most part, this is looking a lot better. It's just taking a lot of time to diffuse the food, I think. I think it's a little bit much even for these markets. Maybe we need even more markets. I don't know. Enemies are closing on the city. Some citizens want more schools. Our population is doing okay. I'm pretty sure this is where we got that sudden attack at. And we've been kind of just slowly working our way up ever since. I don't quite know what this drop was. Maybe that was, ooh, that might have been where I cut off the water supply for a minute. So I have no control over these markets compared to Pharaoh. If I could, I would probably specialize them a little bit, because they definitely do seem to be struggling to get, like, specific items. So, like, I would have one market dedicated to food, and then I have another market dedicated to trade goods. I can't do that within the confines of the game, so the best I can do, in theory, is just to build more markets, and that seems a bit silly. More importantly, I think we're gonna have to import pottery. I think our financial situation is okay enough now, especially now that we're getting our taxes, that we can probably tolerate actually importing pottery. Even though it pains me to do. It always pains me to import pottery. Always. It's literally a last resort thing. I hate doing it. It's the worst. It's the worst feeling in the world to have to import pottery. Here, we'll put a theater and a school up here. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to satisfy these houses, but as seems always the case, that's what I've decided to do. It reminds me of the couple of times in Pharaoh where I conveniently had a house upgrade, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that specific house right in the middle of nowhere up to a nice house. Why am I going to do that? Because I'm absolutely bonkers. Need to improve the desirability of the local area. I mean, I could get rid of some of these gardens for statues. Statues improve the desirability. Okay, yeah, it does improve the desirability. I thought it improved the desirability. we'll put a large statue over here. Alright, well, I can't do anything about the furniture. You literally have a warehouse full of furniture right next to you. And it's probably right next to the market, providing you with resources too. So, sorry about your luck, buddy. It's especially stupid because if you have access to water, you have access to clay. You should always be able to make your own pottery. I mostly agree. I think the idea is, the problem is that you can't really set up a map in such a way that you can actually build a city without having water, which makes sense, because you would want water for a city. But I don't know. Like, I think that they do it, obviously they do it to induce a challenge to you, right? It's challenging when you can't produce your own pottery. It would be interesting to do it in such a way that, like, water was super scarce. Where there's water, there's clay in the ground. Yeah. Like, I guess the way you would set up a situation in a game like this where you need water, but clay is always available to produce, but you still want them to, like, struggle to get clay, is you'd have to have a situation where, like, you have to build whatever water producing item you have around a teeny tiny little block of water. But I don't know how you would realistically do that and it'd still be a fun mission to play. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It is what it is, I guess. Let's do more fish. Well, that looks stupid. Let's fix that. Alright, well, there's a little bit of extra food. It's not going to be a lot of extra food. But it is what it is, I guess. Now, the only other place that we can extract any more food out of is up here, which is very doable. And I don't actually see any value in this island. I mean, I guess there's a couple of spots over there. I guess it depends on how desperate we get for food. Enemies of Rome are heading their way. I guess the good news about having to import pottery... Never mind. I lied. I was going to say it's not usually the most expensive trade good, but it is up there, unfortunately. You can tell that it's a secondary resource because it's valued like one. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. We just kind of have to deal with it. So I think in order to get these houses to upgrade, I'm going to have them get furniture and pottery, because it's a little bit of a distance, right? It's a little bit of a distance to expect them to go the whole way over here to get pot. I mean, I guess it's not that far. But whatever, it is what it is. And then I think we can also do something like... I don't know, there's not enough room in here, is there? No. I mean, we could do something like this. have them get wheat. And then we can have this guy. We're really gonna have them get all 3 different types of foods? I mean, I guess. It's still empty. Well, it's not empty, I guess, but it's still struggling to get food here, so I guess we are. Improve the desirability of the local area. I mean, I can't really improve the desirability that much more, game. Unless everything starts devolving because it runs out of oil. That's, oops. Didn't mean to do that. This game, this mission is brutal. Alright, so I just heard the notification that we have enemies at the door. That sucks. I also have 14 unemployment. That also sucks. I wonder if it'd be worth it to build a hippodrome. Literally just for the population. This thing is enormous. I wish I could put it right here. I mean, I guess we could put it down here. Sure, why not? 150? Yeah. Yeah, okay. And we can also put a chariot maker right there. Maybe... Hold on. I have an idea. You could put it, like... up here. That seems really stupid, huh? Oh well. We're doing it anyway. That way, like, all of these places... that's actually a pretty straight line, isn't it? Whatever. I'm thinking too hard about it. I'm just not gonna worry. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything is fine. We need access to an academy. That's less fine. The doctor is in. I'm calling it now. This academy is definitely going to burn to the ground. Also, remember how I said I had an unemployment problem? Yeah, I don't have an unemployment problem anymore. It's fine. We should... What is... Seriously? A small shack. You're going to tell me that there's not enough desirability here from 2 forts to upgrade past the small shack? Alright, game. Plus I have all these statues back here. SMH. Here, I'll even put some plazas down. There we go. Now, I do have to be a little bit careful that this doesn't just completely fill up with timber. And also, I'm going to set this to getting goods, too, for the wheat, because the wheat's going to start getting delivered here. Yeah. So basically, both of these people are going to be getting wheat. Whatever, they'll figure it out. I'm sure. I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually. I think there's a fancy thing that plays when your hippodrome becomes active. Yeah! Ah, who's gonna win? Ah, it's the guy in the red cloak. Nice. I do like those little, like, cutscenes. They're charming. Ah, a large villa. It needs a third type of food. I mean, I'm sure there's a world where I could make that work. But I don't think I have a way to guarantee it. Also, it's important to note that this large villa only has 90 occupants, which is really not that many more than the Grand Insulae. Grand Insulae have about 84 people. So you're really only upgrading past the Grand Insulae if you want that delicious tax dollars, which I'm sure they're making us quite a bit of tax money. Where is it? There. Okay, well, if this wasn't February, I'm sure they'd be making us a lot more tax money. In theory. So you need access to a barber. You can do that. Oh, I was about to say, I think I built some barbers up here too, but they were destroyed in the event. The event that we do not speak of. Alright, these guys need access to a library. Do I want to do that? I don't know. We have a bit of a employee shortage right now. Does the game tell me how much room we have? No. Need a little more than we produce. That's fine, because we're also importing food. I think. There we go. There's really not a lot of room up here for more fishing wharves. I mean, I guess that's not nothing. That's gross. Let's do something a little bit more sensible, shall we? Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. There, we finally expanded our housing up here. That was definitely planned, and this is definitely going to go well. There. Perfect. I'm sure this will be fine. How am I getting access to literally anything here? I have no clue. let's start with temples. Put some temples up here. And down here. Oh, I did actually miss the oil. Oh, that's why we were stockpiling it. Oh. Whatever, game. Whatever. It'll figure itself out. Let's also put a market here. I'm gonna be really sad if I get attacked here. That's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be very awkward. I also don't quite know how I'm getting food here. I guess I'm just gonna build a granary up here and hope for the best. I guess we could do something like that. It's going to get some meat from these fishing wharves here. So that's good. Enemies closing. Enemies closing. Enemies at the door. Yeah, we're going to get attacked next month. We just don't know where. Okay. I think as long as we can get to small casas, I think we'll be okay. In the grand scheme of things. Let's move just like that. Put the bath here, and we'll put a school there. I think that works a little bit better. Alright, I think things are going okay now. Our super fancy building downgraded. No local access to a hospital. There's literally a hospital right here. Oh, I'm short 143 people. Do I really need the hippodrome? I'm looking at this hippodrome and I'm like, do I really need it though? I only built it to soak up unemployment, and I don't really need the unemployment soak up right now. I don't think I can turn it off. I guess we could do something like this. And prioritize health and education so that we actually get enough people working in the hospital to hit these areas. I don't really think that's the ideal solution, though. It's just a solution. And it's going to have its own drawbacks, too. Yeah, look at this. Got bunches of people coming in now. I think we're almost there. I think we're almost there. Between this area up here, and this area down here, we could theoretically expand this housing up this way. Although I don't know if I really like that idea. Like, that was the original plan. Was to kind of just follow the outside path of the reservoir. So I'd have to move this amphitheater out one tile. To, like, here. And then bring this like this. I guess it's not that bad. Okay, that's fine. That's a good place to attack. apparently, in retrospect, I should have built walls down here, yeah? But the problem is that they're literally attacking from every direction. I have no idea where they'd be attacking from. So, we just kind of have to accept that this is how it is. Oh, that's a lot of boys. Why are you attacking the poor zebras? What did they ever do to you? This game really doesn't like local wildlife. Oh, that's so many people. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. It's fine. There's enough room here to strafe. As long as I don't do something stupid. I'm suffering way too many losses here. Yeah, their morale's too low. I didn't do that very well. Well, this isn't good. Oh, good. Well, at least my Imperial Dispatch is ready. Well, maybe I won't have to worry about this Hippodrome for long. So, the problem here is that I don't think this one unit of legionaries can actually kill the elephants. And these guys are too scared to do anything. Maybe these guys will. Yeah, these guys will. For now, anyhow. But maybe I can pull them into this tower here? No, I didn't... I was trying to thread the needle there. It didn't really work. Yeah, because this ballista will definitely help with the elephants. I think it takes 2 ballista shots to kill an elephant. Well, we have to stand here. Let's try to throw some javelins in as well. We also have a random prefect in there. That's pretty good. That's all we got, Chief. Well, I have good news. We have these nice villas here. Are these guys recovered yet? No. Please just chill right there. I'm destroying this hippodrome. Not that I, like, think that's going to solve this problem, but my unemployment is going out of control because all of these houses are upgrading to fancy houses. Unfortunately. Alright, I think they're backing off. Man, these battles are no joke. Prefecture, Engineer's Post, Prefecture, okay. I thought that's what that was, but I just wanted to make sure. My peace rating is awful with this mission. Alright, I think I have a pretty good idea of where they come in from now, so that's something, unless there's another path somewhere. They definitely come in over here. What is going on? There's a tree there. Increased training of clay. That's actually pretty good. There's no way that's going to get access to workers. Let's do something like that. That's really dumb and really jank, but we'll make it work. And then this area over here seems to be a really common spot for an invasion. So let's, guess we could do something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's been multiple invasions from this angle, so maybe this, cutting this area off is, something that I should have done a long time ago. It's been a long time coming. What is going on here? Okay, there's a tree right there. That's fair. Here we go. I mean, I guess we're doing something like this. I don't know. I've had way too many close calls with the military this game. Way too many close calls. The military side of this game is not supposed to be that difficult, or something. Something along those lines. Anyway, we can rebuild our hippodrome now. Maybe I shouldn't have destroyed it. And we can also put a Colosseum over here. There we go. Oh, what was that? Oh, population milestone. All right. I was scared there for a second. Do I need another market over here? My mind's telling me no, because there's a market right here, but my body's telling me yes. So I think I'm gonna plop a market like right there. It's a little bit dumb, but it is what it is, I guess. We also probably need more temples at this point. There we go. Temples for everybody. Why not? This mission has taken me 3 hours. This is the longest Caesar 3 mission I've done so far, I think. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure that this is the longest Caesar 3 mission I've done so far. But I was right to fear it. Like, I've been procrastinating from playing Caesar 3 specifically because I didn't want to do this mission. A second type of wine? I don't even know what that means. Open a new trade route or make your own wine. What? What are you talking about, game? You want me to import wine? Is imported wine different? Oh no. You know what? I think I'm okay with getting a grand villa. I don't think we need anything better than that. Maybe it's like luxury goods in Pharaoh, you can make your own, but you also need to import some. Yeah, the problem is that I can't do both import and export. Which means I'd have to start importing wine and completely stop exporting wine. That's gross. Yeah, I think Grand Villa is good enough. We'll get higher tier. We'll get higher tier buildings in future missions, I'm sure. Shut up, Pharaoh. Or Caesar. Whatever your name is. Tom and D. Alright, well, it's going to take a long time for our military to recover from that loss. I only hope that our increased defenses are going to help. I guess this is how they give you a soft upgrade ceiling? Probably. I mean, I would like to see the highest tier building we can get here. Just not quite sure how to make that work. Like, how would I get specifically imported wine to here? Like, I guess the answer is... we just kind of build another warehouse down there specifically for wine, and we just kind of hope.
This one, will that be a shave or a trim, citizen? Life here's all right, isn't it?
I'm gonna give it a shot. I guess. Become the trade center. I don't necessarily know what that means, become the trade center, but I'm hoping that means that they'll prioritize trade there. And then we're going to import wine and start exporting oil again. Okay, good. More wood. That's exactly what we need in this situation. We only need like 800 more people. And a lot more peace. Eventually, the Carthaginians are going to get bored and leave. I'm sure. Definitely. 100%. Am I actually going to build another marketplace down here? I feel like I have to. That may be something that I'm struggling with in Caesar 3 in general. Because, unlike in Pharaoh, I don't think there's, like, multiple people for the market. There's only person to get food, or person to get resources. And I think that same person also distributes the resources. So it can either only do like one or the other, I think. I could be wrong about that. Maybe there are two. But it definitely seems like there's a much bigger struggle for markets to get what they need in this game. Also, my unemployment. Ow. All of my houses upgraded, and now I have unemployment problems again. But I still like to get them to upgrade farther. Yeah? You need an academy. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I like seeing my buildings upgrade. Leave me alone. Who's bothering me? Me. I'm bothering me. Okay, so now it's a medium palace. But there's no way that it got... Maybe I just have to import wine. Maybe it doesn't even have to get specifically that wine. I just have to be importing it. Huh. I mean, that would definitely be something that I'd like to test out in the future, but I'm kind of interested in just, like, trying to get these houses to upgrade. Is this worth it? Absolutely not. Am I doing it anyway? Absolutely. More space to evolve into? I may struggle to get this to upgrade any farther. Specifically because of this fountain here. I have to pull this fountain back. And maybe to be safe, like... I don't know, there's not really a good place I can put it, yeah? I think only part of the building has to have water access for all to have water access. Large palace. Oh, that's so big. Oh, but it could go even bigger. I want it. I want it to be so big. This is way not worth it. I should not be doing this. Come on. A little bit more. Yes! Luxury palace. The dwellers of this palace are at the pinnacle of Roman society. They want for nothing. Just keeping their needs satisfied is a remarkable achievement. Yeah! Alright. We've seen it. We've seen the biggest building in Caesar 3. Beautiful. Excellent. I'm sure it's going to devolve, like, immediately. But at least we got it. Especially because I'm going to stop importing. I'm going to stop importing wine now. As much as I would like to see... That's exactly what it is. So, as soon as I switched over to importing wine... Excuse me. Yeah. So, like, you just have to be importing wine. You don't even have to get the right wine to that area. That's weird, to say the least. Oh, and Caesar is mad at me because I'm losing all of my money because I'm importing wine. I mean, these guys have to be generating a lot of money for me, right? They've gotta be. Oh, this is awkward. This is a... You know what? I'm done importing wine. Oh, that's so much money that I just lost right there. all of those temples, all of that marble invested in those temples, the hippodrome, that sucks. I mean, the good news is that I didn't really need the hippodrome anymore. I guess that's the good news. Because I think the hippodrome is what's triggering these houses around here to upgrade, and I don't. Pharaoh's like, Pharaoh. I keep calling him Pharaoh. Pharaoh's like, hey, so I heard you weren't importing wine anymore. Why didn't you just give me back all of the wine that you bought then, if you're not happy with it? Oh, man. Caesar's just like, get wrecked. I'm gonna get rid of these statues now. I'm gonna put normal houses back in. That may drop the desirability in this area. I'm okay with that. All right. Oh, actually, my, hold on. What's going on now? My temple to Mars didn't burn down. Oh, well. I guess these guys are about to get wrecked. It's actually a real problem that my army is not recovered. Okay. Alright, the rebels ran away. Yeah, so I didn't lose the temple to Mars, so I just need a new temple to Venus. There we go. And suddenly all is right with the world once again. I mean, it was nice to see the top tier. It was nice to see the goal, right? To see what we were fighting for. Regardless of how briefly it was. Let's put another market over here. I don't know what to do about these houses over here that are struggling to get food. Put another prefecture down. What do you guys need? Oh, you guys need an amphitheater. We can make that work. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. How do we want to do this? It's too close to enemy troops at this point. We have 4 javelin men. Bring them back. Try to bring them back towards this tower. If you can. No, get back. I think we might be done for here, guys. This might be the end. I cannot fight this. Like, I think the towers will probably destroy some of the... Oh, hey, look, you guys are finally here. I'm glad you've just completely missed the battle. Thank you. Like, I think the ballista towers will hopefully finish off the enemy, but I don't know if we can militarily. You weren't kidding when you said this game isn't very forgiving. I mean, this mission is particularly bad. I knew this mission was particularly bad coming into it. I've had, like, trauma flashbacks of this mission before. So, like, yeah. This is a problem. Look at them go. No, come back, my people. The worst thing is that if we lose at this point, we go the whole way back to the beginning. Unless, I mean, we may be able to load an autosave. What would even the autosave be? This one? I don't know, I'm kind of afraid to touch anything. I mean, I kind of want to see the "you lost and died" screen. My poor city. I worked so hard to build this. Like, eventually the game's gonna be like, okay, you die. Your city's been conquered. I know that was a function, I think. Always save before battle? Nah. Do you know how many times I had to save in Pharaoh? 0. How many times I should have saved in Pharaoh? Probably more than I did. I do think maybe the towers will save me. A lot of my food production is still untouched. If the carnage stopped now, maybe we could rescue it. But I don't think the carnage is gonna stop. And also Caesar's mad. Also, by the way, we have another enemy army. I thought we had another enemy army. Maybe it was just the fire in the city. I mean, of course there's gonna be fires in the city now, right? Alright, let's see. What am I? Procurator. Is there an autosave? No. My Rome? No. I don't think there's an autosave. No, that was way back. Oh my. Alright.